My name is Kargl. I'm a professor in computer science at Ulm University, and I started to investigate security and privacy of automotive systems around 2005. And now, basically, so many years later, we look back at a whole series of research activities, literally hundreds of research publications where we investigated the security of connected cars, the privacy, then moved on towards automated driving, and now finally we come to CCAM, so real cooperative mobility systems. So from my perspective, Connect is taking the next step in reasoning and investigating how can we implement and operate these highly complex systems that we envision can solve a lot of the mobility problems of the future. How can we enable them in a secure and trustworthy way so that we don't introduce problems that can be avoided if you carefully think about their security and their design from the startup. So from my perspective, Connect is going to take the logical next step in investigating security principles for these types of highly complicated, highly complex cyber-physical systems. Now, what is new in Connect is that we're putting the concept of trust center stage. So the idea is that we all want these systems to be trustworthy, but from a technical perspective, just saying something is trustworthy is nothing you can measure, it's nothing you can quantify. So what we want to have is we want to have a technical notion of trust that can be calculated so that we can give guarantees that certain minimum trust requirements are actually kept. And this requires modeling of trust, this requires evaluation of trust. We need to reason about the fundamental cores of our ICT, our information and communication technology, the software systems, the hardware, and this is what Connect is about. So in the end, we want to answer one simple question. Are these new automated cooperative vehicles, are they trustworthy enough that we as passengers can simply sit in there comfortably and don't have to worry about some hackers or attackers infiltrating these systems? My role in the project is twofold. On the one hand, I am a partner in the project and we lead work package 3, and by that we basically will also lead the work towards these trust models that I've been speaking of. On the other hand, I have the role of the scientific lead in the project, which basically means that yes, maybe I will have to look a little bit for quality assurance, but I mostly see my role as an enabler to basically motivate the different teams, the different organizations, the different persons in the project to interact, to exchange information, to think about joint research opportunities, and then help them and enable them to basically put these ideas and their research results into good publications, good dissemination, good outcomes. Well, what I'm really excited about in this project is that if we succeed in building these explicit notions of trust and modeling this and engineering these trust reasoning capabilities into the systems, I think we will open the door towards a completely new type of IT systems that will be fundamentally more resilient to security attacks than our today's systems. And if we have learned something from the past, then that this is really urgently needed, because the types of systems we have today are often not trustworthy to that limit that we need it. Well, trust, as I said, is a very all-encompassing attribute, and there are so many areas of an IT system where we can look into how to model the trust, how to evaluate the trust, how to also reason about trust, that the project can really become very broad. And by its very nature, we need to refine the research questions and identify what we need to focus on and where we can have the most impact. And I think that's one of the challenges, to really stay focused and not just all go into different directions. And that's again what me as a scientific lead will probably also try to support the coherence of the project. Well, I mean, today's young generation, basically, they grew up with information and communication technology, yeah, with smartphones and the internet and everything. That's kind of natural to them. But at the same time, I think they all experienced that the system as we have them today, they are also vulnerable when it comes to their security. Yeah, we have problems with malware, fraud in the internet, different things, privacy problems. And I think they understand that if we rely to an ever larger extent on these information and communication technologies, there needs to be something done to make them more trustworthy, and this is exactly what Connect is all about. Yeah, and as I said earlier, when you step into an automated vehicle that drives you over a highway at maybe 120 kilometers per hour, you want to be really sure that you can trust that vehicle, and we want to basically enable that you can rely on this.